afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Jane's Medieval Kitchen on this last live broadcast for the time being. We need to pack away the tent and the kitchen after this weekend, ready to go on the road to our events. Today we're doing cooking a capon. You can see, I don't know if you can see from here, we've got the capon on the fire. That's been cooking for about 3 or 4 hours now, so that's doing very nicely indeed. And we're going to now make some dishes that will go with our capons. Now we're doing roasted carrots. So I've got our pot on the heat here already. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of oil in there, just to get that warmed up while we prepare our carrots. Now Lexi's going to talk to you about the carrots. Lexi? Okay, so let's just bring the carrots in here.
Today I picked the carrots out that we've grown today, and I'm just about to pull them out. And there's our big one.
So if you can just take the tops off for me, pull the leaves off. Now I'm just cutting these into quarters. They've just been scrubbed. So Lexi grew these herself in her vegetable garden, and we pulled them out. We cut them this morning. We picked them this morning. Pulled them this morning.
Yeah, we've got another one here that's a bit smaller.
So I'm just taking the tops and the bottoms off. We're going to roast them pretty much whole. But some of the bigger ones, thank you. I'm just cutting in half or quarters just to make them cook a little bit quicker today.
Doesn't matter about the tops,
So
because
let's pop the tops under there. So
the carrot.
Carrot. Now, carrots in medieval times wouldn't have just been orange. You'd have had purple carrots and white carrots as well. So just nowadays, our orange carrots are the most popular.
This one is wet.
That's fine. Doesn't matter if it's wet. It's where we washed them. Washed all the soil off them.
Yeah. This one's a bit wet because we have washed them before we
wanted to wash all the soil off, don't we? We would need something with all the soil on it still.
This one is very funny. This one is funny because it looks like it has legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 legs. And I'm 7.
That's right.
I'm 7 years old, and there's 7 of these, and then 8 of these.
Okay, now we've got our oil in there, so let's just start putting some of these carrots straight into the pot there. Okay, we're just going to pop them straight in whole. Just grab a spoon.
I found a ton for you, Nana. Oh, there's some
Hello,
water in here.
Lexi. Say hello to Lorraine. She's done very well with her vegetable garden this year. She's grown beetroot and carrots, spring onions, broad beans.
I see that it's sad that we're going to have to do the last one today.
Can do this.
It's very sad that we're going to have to do the last one because I like the demonstrations.
Okay, we're nearly there with these carrots. Right, Lexi, well, I'm just finishing off these last few carrots. Oh, look at that. That's it, well done. Pop those in there.
I pulled 2 of them off at the same time.
Okay, well done. Right, now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to do some herbs for you. Now on this plate, what we do is with the carrots are going to be in herbs with a little bit of vinegar and wine. Now the herbs we've got here today, we've got some sage, some thyme, some mint, rosemary, parsley, chives, and marjoram. So Lexi's just going to take some leaves off those for me and put them in a little bowl while I just finish the last of the carrots. Sizzling nicely in there.
These ones
just do one herb at a time, sweetheart. Put them into the pot and then I can chop them up and add them to our carrots.
There you go.
We're getting to the really little ones now.
Oh, some of the stalks have come off.
It's okay. That's probably enough of that one, sweetheart. So just
Yeah,
put
mine is
that back on the plate.
Do you want some of this?
Some parsley, yes.
I'll
Pull
just
that off
pull
the stalks.
like that with the tiny stalks.
That's it.
at the end.
That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of stalk is fine.
Yeah, just where they get up to the line where it all joins together.
That's it. So most of these herbs have come out from our garden as well. Well, they all have actually. They've all come out from the garden today, freshly picked this morning.
Yep.
A little bit too little.
Can you tell them what we're growing in the garden?
There we go. That's the last of the carrots put in.
Can you tell them what I'm growing in the garden?
Yep.
Well, we're not using all of my vegetables in the garden and fruit and stuff, but I do know what I've planted and I remember what I've been planting. So we've got beetroot and carrots, which you can see we've got them over here already. That's just cooking.
Just cooking, yeah.
Chilies and
And our chilies weren't medieval, so really we wouldn't have had those. Right, let's have some more of these herbs. Right, to the pan here, I've just up the heat a little bit by putting a hook on and moving the pan close to the fire. So for this, I'm going to add a little bit of vinegar, white wine vinegar. I'll have one of those whole, just one of those that can go straight in, and a little bit of white wine as well going in there.
Can I put some of these in?
Yeah, we'll have some of those, about half of those chopped.
Are
Just
they
put them in there.
spring onions?
Let me go. No, they're chives. And the other thing we're going to do is just a couple of spoonfuls of honey into there.
I'll put all of my leaves in there.
So these are just going to be lovely honey roast carrots with that lovely herbs as well in there. A little bit more honey. I'm going to take the herbs that Lexi's been preparing. I'm just going to start chopping these up. So we need some of the thyme. Now, in the original recipe, what it calls for is sage and mint and all good herbs. So it doesn't actually give an exact description of the herbs to use. So we do a little bit of experimenting and we see what works. No, I don't need any more of that. I need some of the leaves off that one, please.
Okay.
So we're just going to do a good mixture of herbs to add to our dish today. If we find that when we taste it, it's not quite as nice as we like, we'll just take one of the herbs out, or we'll add something different to give it a bit more flavour.
But not pepper, because pepper.
Right, let's have a look.
I don't.
Yeah, we're having salt and pepper in here as well. So that's the next job. Let's see if you could do that, please.
But only a tiny bit of pepper.
Okay. Could you put in there for me? Could you put a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and a little spoonful of saffron as well? No, not saffron. Not saffron. That's for the other dish. So we're just going to chop these herbs up. We want all those lovely flavours of the herbs to get mixed in with the carrots and the honey.
We only want a tiny bit because pepper is a bit spicy.
Yeah, you're not fabulous pepper, are you?
About that much?
That should be enough, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, if your tastes are a little different to Lexi's, you can have more pepper. So now I'm just chopping these herbs up with my nice little rounded blade knife here. I want them fairly small. I'm actually frying them in a little bit of olive oil. So don't really want to boil them. We want to just get them, they're just going to be fried with the oil. What we're going to do.
Did you want a whole spoon?
Or smell the carrots. Yep, that's it. That's fine.
Spoon.
Right, well, I'll put that in the pan as well.
Did you want saffron?
No, don't need saffron for this dish. We'll use saffron for the sauce.
Do you need salt and pepper again?
I will do in a minute. So they're quite finely chopped now.
That has still got a few bits.
That's okay, because I'm going to pop these in there in a minute to sprinkle into our pan. So there you go. That's some nice finely chopped herbs.
Oh, some of it's going on the table.
There you go. So that's just a couple of tablespoons of mixed finely chopped fresh herbs. So just pop those into with the carrots.
Is it very hot there?
That is very hot, yep. So I'm just going to stir those up.
Ooh, what are we making?
They're roasted carrots.
Did you get a bit over?
Yeah, the bay leaf popped out. So I'm just going to pop another bay leaf in there. Just to give it a little bit more flavour because that comes in the fire. Right, I'm just going to put the lid on that.
Yeah, I see it. I see.
And move that just slightly off the fire. Okay, now to go with our capon and our carrots, we're going to make a white sauce, a white herb sauce. So Lexi's going to do some more herbs for me, the same as that we did last time. And I'm going to make a start just off that one, yeah. And I'm going to make a start on the sauce. I'm going to pop. Get our pot nicely over the fire there. Move the fire around so it's a little bit more directly underneath our pots.
Is that enough?
Okay. That's enough of that one, yes, thank you. Now, let's move some of our ingredients over.
You could probably make this at home. Is that breadcrumbs?
Now, for this recipe, we're going to start off with a little bit of oil again in the bottom of that pan to heat up because we're going to fry some garlic. So we're going to do a couple of cloves of garlic in here.
That's not what I thought.
This isn't. We have got garlic in our garden that we are growing.
I'll put the green one.
But it's not ready yet.
No. Would it not be easier to use this
utensils to stir? Yes, I can't find my smaller spoon. So I've only got the big one at the moment. In fact, Lexi, perhaps go and have a look for that for me when you've done your herbs.
Okay.
Because I will need the smaller spoon.
I can do it. I could have done that.
There we go. I found my small spoon. That's fine for the carrots. So, right, I'm just gonna chop this garlic up into small pieces.
Is that good?
Yep, that's fine.
I put the green
Have you put
one
all of them in?
too.
Yep, that's fine.
Oh, not
Can you
this
remember what
one.
that was called? That one? That's rosemary. And that is parsley that you're doing now.
Yep. Parsley, parsley, parsley. I only have one more leaf left.
That's fine, we can put that in whole. So that's our garlic.
Is that all of the ingredients that we need?
That's all of the herbs that we need. Have we put a bit of the thyme in and the marjoram?
What's the time?
That's the thyme.
Oh, I did put that in for the first one.
That's okay, I put a little bit of that in. So there goes our garlic. So we're just going to pop that into the pan there to fry. Lovely instant smell of garlic cooking there.
We only need a tiny bit of this.
So we've got our garlic in. And then we're going to add the almonds. We've got some chopped almonds here. I'm just going to chop those a little bit smaller. We don't want them too big.
Is that enough? Would you need a little bit?
Can you take
more?
all of the leaves off that one? Let me show you. If you hold the leaf, if you hold it at the top and run your fingers down, all the leaves come off in one go.
Okay.
See if you can do that with another one. You can do that with that one. Hold the top of the flower and see if you can
I'm doing it.
Okay.
Then that flour smells
It
good.
does smell good, doesn't it? That's margarine, sweet margarine. So there's our almonds cut nice and small.
Can I
Let's just pop those into the pan as well.
Nana, can I keep this?
You can keep that bit, yes. Right, so
I'm going to keep this flour. It's a very pretty flower.
now next to our pot, we're going to now we've got the almonds and the garlic nicely cooking in there.
You can't quite see it very well.
We're going to add the milk to the pan. So it's about half a pint of milk I'm using there. So that's going to sit there and just warm up nicely. Now while that's doing, I'm just going to chop these herbs up. Pop the bay leaf whole into the pan.
This is my last load.
Okay. So we're going to have a few more chives because it's nice that oniony taste with the chives, and a little bit more time I think with this. So again, with our curved knife, we're just going to chop those herbs nice and small. Now, as that milk warms through, it'll take on the flavour of the garlic and the nutty flavour of the almonds. So we just need to have these nice and chopped. Well, I'm just chopping these up. I'd just like to take the opportunity to thank you all for watching each week when we've done them. I'm sorry that we didn't manage it last week, but with the weather so bad, there was so much water in the awning that it actually ripped, and we had to have that down to repair it this week. So unfortunately, there wasn't a chance to do any recording this week. But no, it's been lovely that you've all joined us from all over the world, from our friends in New Zealand and Australia, over in America, Germany, Portugal, yes, Spain, France, anywhere else that I've forgotten, I apologise, but drop us a line and say hi. And
what about Asia? And Asia.
I don't think we've had anybody from Asia, but possibly.
Maybe.
But keep an eye on the page in the coming weeks, and when we're going to be anywhere that we may get opportunity to do some filming, we'll let you know. We're in Lincoln in 3 weeks' time.
Or you can come anywhere because there's going to be medieval stuff.
Right, so that's our herbs. So it's going to pop those into the pot.
Do we need any more of this?
Nope, that's enough of those. So let's put those into there.
Where did my flour just go? Oh, there it is. I've got the questions now.
Now I'm just going to drop that down over the heat a little bit more. So we just need another hook to turn the heat up a little bit again. So we just need that to heat up a little bit quicker.
Yeah, because that is very wet.
Right.
Nana.
Oh, welcome to the page. Yes, you can have a look at all the videos that are still on the Jane's Medieval Kitchen page, or on YouTube, on Jane's Medieval Kitchen on YouTube, and you can see all of the videos there. We're at number 32 today, so there's quite a lot to watch and catch up on. Let's just get rid of that for a moment. You can eat that. That's a chive. Okay. We are based in northeast Hertfordshire, not far from Stansted Airport. So, okay, our milk's starting to boil now, which is great.
That's good.
Right, we need to put some salt and pepper in here. So, can I have the salt, please, Betsy? Start with the pepper.
Let me stop.
Oh, a recipe book. Well, we are thinking about it. At the moment, all the recipes are being put onto the website, but we are thinking about doing a cookbook for to sell. So keep an eye on the page, and might be something that we'll look at over the winter. Okay. So we're putting salt and pepper into our sauce now, and a little bit of saffron as well, which will give it that lovely golden colour. Now, saffron, of course, was very, very expensive. So we only have a little bit. All we need is a little bit just to give it that little golden colour. Okay, that's heating up nicely. Now, to add to that, we want our sauce to be nice and thick, because what we're going to do is we're going to be dipping our bits of meat and our carrot into our sauce. So I'm just going to put a little bit of breadcrumbs in, which will help to thicken the sauce. I'm not going to put too many in it at a time, because I don't want it to go too thick. We don't want it to be like a thick bread sauce. It needs to be that white milky sauce, just thicken slightly with the bread. More in there. That's turned a lovely sort of golden yellow colour with the green of the herbs that's coming out into the milk as well. Now I'm just gonna have a look at our carrots and see how they are doing.
Can I see the golden coloured? Ooh, that's
good. They are cooking lovely. Oops, wrong spoon. Give those a bit of a stir up.
Can I see the?
Smelling
The
lovely.
golden colour?
Yeah, you can have a look in the other pot. So I'm just going to tip these up so you can see our carrots there. You can see them there, just cooking lovely. So I'm just going to pop those back on the fire just for a little bit longer.
Ooh, that's a golden colour.
That is gone lovely colour,
It
isn't it?
smells good.
Pop the lid back on our carrots. You want those just to cook a little bit more. Now I'm just going to keep stirring the sauce, because we don't want it to stick and burn to the bottom. Burnt milk is really not very nice. It seems to be thickening up quite nicely now with those breadcrumbs soaking up the milk. I'm going to put a little bit more in there. Right, Lexi, could you get me the big plate, please? Because we're going to take this capon off now. And
Where's the big plate?
the big one on the end of the table there.
Found it.
So just pop it on the table for me, please. Okay, that's doing lovely now. I think that's probably all we need of those. Right, if you could just move those over to that. Oh, honey. We need a little bit of honey in this one as well.
Honey!
Just a spoonful of honey.
Do you need all of the honey?
I don't need all the honey at the moment, no. No, you can't eat it at the moment. I'll tell you what, mix spoon. Treat, special treat. So let's just stir that honey in now.
Sweet.
Now that sauce is really thickening up nicely now with those breadcrumbs in there. I'm just going to leave that to simmer. Just for a couple of minutes. Oh, never mind. Right, let's just move some of these out of the way. Finish with these. Right.
What does my phone like this?
Never mind. Right, so we've got a nice big platter here. Let's just clean the table up a little bit. We're going to get our capon off of the fire. So this has been on there for about 4 hours now. I'm turning it regularly all day.
Let me smell it. Oh, that smells good.
It does smell good, doesn't it? Yes. So there we go. There we have our bird. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take the carrots out, and I'm just going to put them around the outside to make that to look nice, to dress the dish. Everything had to look nice when it went to the Lord's table. So we're just going to do that now. Right, so we just need to
The
turn the heat down by taking these off of the heat.
I bet our Lord might like this.
Yeah, I think he hopefully will.
Yeah, that looks very delicious.
It does. We've got lovely, lovely cooked carrots here. Lovely how I'm going to just, there's a little bit of the juice at the bottom, which is the mixture of the honey and a little bit of the olive oil, the vinegar and the wine. So we're just going to put these across here like this.
Anna, when you finish with the honey, when you don't need it anymore, can you eat the rest?
I need it for another recipe. So on Wednesday will be our last recipe, and we'll be doing honey oat cakes.
Honey.
Nice sweet one to finish off. Nice easy recipe that you can do at home as well. So there we go. There's our carrots there. And let's just take these off the heat as well. So it's cooking nicely.
For your next recipe, do you need all of the honey?
Right, I need a little bowl. Can you pass me? Find a little bowl.
That one's full.
I'm going to use this one. So I'm just going to put some of the sauce into a bowl. Now this would be served up. So we have our lovely capon there with our carrots. This would have been served up as a dish on the side. So what we'll do is we'll be cutting a piece of our meat off, dipping it in the sauce, and then eating it. So let's just get this sauce, some of this sauce into this.
Wait, the carrots?
This dish. Carrots as well, yes.
Mmm. That looks delicious. Can I try a bit?
You can try a bit now. We just need our sharp knife. So there's our sauce. You can see it's that lovely golden colour. It's picked up the green from the herbs as well. So let's just, excuse me, sweetheart, I need to get the knife. Right, so we're just going to carve a little bit of meat off our bird here. Oh, that looks beautiful. Look at that. Beautifully cooked through. Beautifully cooked through. Right, have you got your spoon, Lexi? Would you like to help yourself to a carrot?
Carrot.
You can try a carrot.
The sauce?
You want a little bit of the sauce with it?
Yes, please.
Right, can you get you a clean spoon? So, go ahead and get the carrot and a piece of the bit of the sauce there. It might be a bit hot. Will you hold that for a moment? Don't tip it over, because I'm going to have a piece of the meat dipped in the sauce. Try this. The meat is absolutely beautiful. Just try a little bit more of that sauce. I couldn't really get the full taste of it.
Mmm, nice work.
It's okay. Herby. Not a little bit bland.
It's good.
I think perhaps I should have fried the herbs in the oil as well to start with, just to bring out the flavour of those. But it's very tasty. It goes very well with the meat and with the carrots. Have you tried it? Carrots are really good.
Yeah, the carrots and that is very good.
You like it, do you, Lexi? It has Lexi's seal of approval.
I love my carrots that I grew.
Are you going to try some of the meat?
I'll try a tiny bit.
Yep, dip it in your sauce. Good? Yeah. So there you go. So we have our capon with our honey roasted carrots, honey and herb carrots, and our herb sauce to go with it. Thank you for watching today. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. That was good.